Hello and welcome to our 6th Yiddish class. This video is definitely not for the faint of heart because we are going to be talking about the case system in the Yiddish language, which at first glance might seem a little bit odd, but hopefully after having watched this video, it'll become second nature to you. So first things first, let's check the definition of grammatical case in the Cambridge Dictionary, which defines case as the following. Quote, any of the various types to which a noun can belong according to the work it does in a sentence, shown in some languages by a special word ending. This definition doesn't really befit our needs, so let's apply this definition to Yiddish. The ending of the noun stays the same and does not change, except for a handful of nouns, but about those I'll talk a bit later. The cases are presented to us by the changings of the articles. Here they are, and this is how they change, but I will talk about those a bit later. So, in Yiddish we have three cases: nominative, accusative, and dative. First, let's take a look at nominative. So, a noun is in the nominative case if it is the subject of the sentence. So, what is a subject? A subject is a person or thing which executes, does, or performs the action of the verb. For example, here we have a girl who's sleeping. So the sentence is the girl sleeps. The girl is the subject because she's performing the action of sleeping. The same sentence in Yiddish is das Mädel schläft. Das Mädel is the subject of the sentence. Okay, so what are the articles in nominative? It's easy because you already do know them. Der, die, das, die. Der for masculine, die for feminine, das for neuter, and die for plural. So let's move on to a few examples. The father speaks. Der Tate redt. The father is in nominative because he is the one executing the action of speaking. The student is smart, a male student. Der Student ist klug. He is in nominative because he is the one who is executing or doing or, performing the action of being. Therefore, it is der. The same goes for the next sentence. Die Studentke ist klug. Now this is a female student and she is performing the action of being. The next one is the child says ... something, we don't know yet what. Das Kind sagt. The child is performing the action of saying something. And the last one is Leah singt. Leah sings or is singing. And that was it. It's quite easy, isn't it? So moving on to accusative. A noun is in the accusative case if it is the direct object of the verb. Not much changes in accusative. The only difference is that der is going to be them. So let's take a look how to say the articles in accusative. Dem, die, das, die. So the masculine one changes and all the other ones stay the same way. Now let's take a look at an example. So here we have the sentence, the father sees the son. And in Yiddish it is der Tate sieht dem Sohn. Der Tate sieht dem Sohn. And I have changed the unknown verb to the English verb because I don't want to confuse you with some unknown words right in the middle of the sentence. So, der Tate is the subject because he's the one performing the action of seeing. Therefore, he is in the nominative case. To see is a transitive verb, and the son is the direct object because he is the receiver of the action of being seen. And since he is the direct object, he is going to be in the accusative case. But hold on, what is a transitive verb? I'm glad you asked. So, we have transitive and intransitive verbs. The transitive verb, after a transitive verb, right after the verb, there can be a noun which is the receiver of the action provided by the verb. And the intransitive verbs are the verbs after which there is no noun receiving the action. So, for example, I ate an apple is a normal sentence, it makes sense, it's good. But, for example, I slept an apple is like what? It doesn't make any sense. So, therefore, it is not a transitive verb, it is an intransitive verb. Of course, you can twist verbs because you can say that cry me a river, and then it is a transitive verb, but usually in the most simple meaning of the verb to cry, it is not a transitive verb. Usually you say something like, last night I cried a lot, and in that case it is not a transitive verb because there is no noun which would be the receiver of the action of crying. I hope you understand. Okay, let's build a sentence together. The father sees the son. On the first place, we will have our subject in nominative, which is der Tate. Then we have the verb, which is a transitive verb, to see, zet. And since this verb is transitive, the next verb is the direct object, which is an accusative because it is the direct object. So, dem Sohn, because der Sohn is the basic form, and in accusative, the article der will change to dem. So the whole sentence is der Tate zet dem Sohn. And now a few examples, because hopefully they will help you understand accusative even better. So, the aunt likes the teacher. Die Mumme hat lieb dem Lehrer. Die Mumme is the subject of the sentence because she is the one performing the action of liking, and whom she likes is the teacher. And in English also you can hear whom. So if in English, I know that people don't really use whom anymore, but it really helps you to understand when to use accusative. So whom she likes the teacher, dem Lehrer, because the teacher is der Lehrer, and der changes to dem in accusative. Next sentence is the girl knows the student. Das Mädel kennt die Studentke. Whom does she know? The student, die Studentke. Die does not change in accusative, so it is the same die. Next, the mother sees the house. Die Mama sieht das Haus. She sees what? The house, das Haus. But das does not change in accusative. It is the same as in nominative, so nothing changes. And the last sentence is Leah singt die Lieder. Leah sings the songs. She sings something, so the songs are the receivers of being sung, therefore they are in accusative, but in plural we have die all the time, nothing changes in plural. So that's it. Moving on to dative. A noun is in the dative case if something is told, given, brought, sent to this noun. And our beloved articles look like this in dative: dem, der, dem, die. Dem for masculine, die for feminine, dem for neuter, and die for plural. And once again, here we have an example. The father gives the son the book. And you also can say in English, the father gives the book to the son. But I didn't want to use that sentence because the Yiddish sentence is going to be the exact same as this sentence here on the screen. So, der Tate gibt dem Sohn das Buch. And once again, I have changed the unknown Yiddish verb to the known English verb, which is to give, so he gives. Der Tate is the subject because he's performing the action of giving the book to the son. Therefore, he is in the nominative case. To give is a transitive verb because to give something makes perfect sense, so we will have a direct object later on. Dem Sohn is the indirect object, therefore it is going to be in dative because he is the one receiving the book. He's the one the book is given to. And in English, you can say this with gives to someone. But in Yiddish, there is no need for this little to word because the dative on its own already expresses the action of being given to. Therefore, it would be illogical to say it twice, because otherwise it would sound something like the father gives the book to the son. You don't need it twice. The dative on its own already expresses the action of being given to. And das Buch is the direct object because it is the something which is being given to the son. And we already know that the direct object is in the accusative case. And that's it for dative. It takes some time to get used to, but it is really logical if you think about it. And a few examples, because they help you to understand dative even better. The teacher buys the student the book. Die Lehrerke kauft der Studentke das Buch. Die Lehrerke, the teacher, is the one buying something, therefore she is the subject, and the subject is in nominative. Der Studentke, the student, she is buying the book for the student, but in Yiddish we don't need the for. We just need dative, so der Studentke, because die Studentke is the basic form, and die in dative changes to der. And we have das Buch, and the book is the something the teacher is buying for the student. Das Buch, it is in accusative, which we can't really see because the article das is the same in nominative and accusative. So that's the whole sentence. Next one. The mother brings the child the Kugel. Die Mame bringt dem Kind dem Kugel. Die Mame is in nominative because she is performing the action of bringing the child the Kugel. Then we have the child, and the child is in dative because he or she is the receiver of the Kugel, of the action of being brought to be more precise. Therefore, it is in dative. Das Kind is the child in nominative, and we know that das is going to change to dem in dative. And at the end we have the Kugel, which is der Kugel, and the Kugel is the something the mom brings. Therefore, it is in accusative, and der changes to dem in accusative. And the last one is the teachers, in plural, help the children. Die Lehrers helfen die Kinder. The teachers, die Lehrers, are in nominative because they are the subjects of this sentence, and the children are in dative because they are the ones receiving the help. And yeah, that's all to it. I hope you understand it. If you don't understand it, how to use dative, then please leave a comment below and I will try my best to explain it differently. At the beginning of this video, I said that there were a few nouns which do have an ending in dative and accusative. So here they are, and I'm not going to read them out aloud because you can do that yourself. The important thing right now, right here, is how to use them. So all you have to do is to put a nun at the end of the word if the noun is not in the nominative case and the article has a different form than it does in nominative. So, for example, the father is der Tate in nominative, but it is going to be dem Taten in accusative, and it is going to be dem Taten in dative as well. But the mother is die Mame, and it is going to be die Mame in accusative as well, because the article hasn't changed its form. It is still die, and there are these two criteria, which is not being in nominative and having changed forms, having changed the forms of the form of the article. And the Mame in accusative hasn't changed the form of the article. It is the same as it was in nominative. Therefore, we do not put any ending to this word. But in dative, it is going to be der Mamen, because it is not in nominative and the article has a different form. Der is different from die, obviously. So that's it, and we have to talk about the indefinite article, which we do love because it has the same form in every single case and number and whatever you can imagine. It is always a or an, and that was it. And the definite articles look like this. That's all of them, so you should learn them like der, dem, di, der, dos, dem, di. And yes, that is everything I wanted to talk about regarding the case system. I hope you understood everything. If not, leave a comment below. And that's it. So thank you very much for watching. If you liked the video, then please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, share. And I would like to apologize because I've made quite a number of mistakes in this video, but I'm quite in a hurry, so I don't have time to re-record myself. Stay tuned for the next video, which shall come soon. Until then, goodbye and take care.